ingai aku ni pakokore sia si Manuel ke mo pas-pas mai tau whanau ingai aku.
Before we start, can we bow our heads in prayer, please? Hey guys, first and foremost, I would just like to thank God for another year that's gone by. I also would like to thank Basi and the youth again for the opportunity to stand here and share His word. May we all turn to Ezra chapter 1. I asked the youth last night if they could read this. I don't know whether they got the message. I asked them to read the whole chapter of Ezra, chapter 1. When you guys all find it, I'll read it out for us. So Ezra chapter 1, I'll read from verse 1 to 8. And it goes, Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he might make a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus says King Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord, God of heaven, has given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and He has charged me to build Him a house in Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Who is there among you of all His people? His God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem. And whosoever remains in any place where he sojourns, let the man of his place help him with silver, and with gold, and with goods, and with the beasts, besides the freewill offering for the house of God that is in Jerusalem. Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, with all them whose spirits God had stirred, to go up to build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem. And all they that were about them strengthened their hands with vessels of silver, with gold, with goods, and with beasts, and with precious things, besides all that it was willingly offered. Also, Cyrus the king brought forth the vessels of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had brought forth out of Jerusalem, and had put them in the house of his gods. I'll end at that verse. If you guys haven't guessed it already, the title for my little message today is called Stir It Up. And it's similar to that song, that famous song by Bob Marley, Stir It Up. You know how it goes? Stir it up. Oh Jesus, stir it up. I think that's the remix one, but yeah, stir it. Yeah, stir it. Sweet, stir it. Why do we need to stir something? Yeah, I can kind of hear you guys whispering. We need to mix something better. Yeah, kind of. The way I see it is, I've been drinking this little health cider for a while now, and I heard our Faith Go as well was drinking it too. It's called apple cider vinegar. Like, not to bring it up, but like, it's pretty good. It's good for us. It's our secret, you know. has, like, it's all clear at the bottom, but it usually has a little cloudy bit at the end, at the bottom of it. And usually before you take a sip, or you pick it up and you stir it, because the good stuff is at the bottom, and that's what you want to get to. Like, you want to get to the good stuff. There's no use just drinking that mahi stuff at the top, and then all the good stuff is at the bottom. So that's why sometimes we need to stir something. Much like you guys, the youth. I know you guys don't want to look at me when I'm saying this, but yeah, much like you guys, we all have the good stuff in us. We already have it in us. We have the mean abilities, we have the talents, we have creativity, we have all the gifts, we have the charisma. But just sometimes we fail to see it. Sometimes we doubt ourselves. Well, most of the time, we doubt ourselves. And then we are sometimes whether we're the right one, whether he kind of meant to stir that guy, but he stirred me instead. Like, we kind of question sometimes whether God was picked the right person, right? Like, are you sure you wanted to stir me? Because that guy over there looks like a better candidate than me. Like, yeah, you guys go through that stuff too. Yeah, I thought I was the only one. So, why does God stir a person? Well, the reason why he usually stirs a person because you're the person with the greatest influence at that time for that particular mission. I say that again. He stirs you because you are the one with the greatest influence at that particular time for that particular mission. Like, he chose and stirred King Cyrus. This guy wasn't even Jewish. He stirred him anyway because King Cyrus had the greatest influence at that time for the mission that God wanted. So, I know you guys might be saying this, like, but he's different. He's a king. I'm not a king. I'm just a little commoner over here. But when we carried on and read the Bible, it's like his proclamation said, God has charged me with all the kingdoms of the world. Who has God charged you with? A little youth that consists of just 7 or 8 people, or 1,000 people? Who has God charged you with? A work environment where everybody's just an atheist and you're the only believer? Or has he brought you to a school where everybody's a believer? Like, who has God charged you with? Has he charged you with a bunch of Sri Lankans and Thailands that hardly get along and hardly communicate, but somehow we still get the work done? Like, who has God charged you with? Has God charged you with a family or a broken family? Like, who has God charged you with? You're the best person in that situation for that particular mission. What usually gets in the way of the stirring, of God's stirring? What usually gets in the way? Usually it's a little thing called busy. Busy and excuses. That's what usually gets in the way of God's stirring. And the reason why I say this is because I asked God, like, what gets in the way of stirring God? Then I told him it's because I'm busy all the time, you know. Like, and then he told me, oh yeah, go ahead, explain to me how busy you've been. Explain to me how busy you are. And I'm like, you know, I do all the overtime. I'm really busy. Like, tuli tuako ifi after overtime, and even when I go to sleep, I don't even get rest because I'm so tired from the 12 times at work. And then I said all my excuses. I said all of that, and then before I went to sleep that night, God goes, when's the last time you ran the country? And then I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for the whole night. And then he goes, that's right, Sifa. I stir you sometimes. It's because you're not that busy. You think you're that busy. You're not that busy. When's the last time you ran the country? You see, this guy here, King Cyrus, this was his first year as king. So you can't say, oh, it's my first year in youth. Yeah, I shouldn't be picked. Sorry guys, shake a second so he can be stirred. So, I like Mr. King Cyrus over here. He does it in a different way now. Like, the first time he's king, and I'm sure his advisors told him it's not a really good idea for you to go out there and proclaim somebody else's God, especially the God of another nation that you just conquered. Like, you pretty much beat these guys, and now you're praising them. You're saying their God is the only God and there's the true God. I like this Cyrus guy's thinking. He doesn't step back. He doesn't say, oh yeah, hold up, I got my own gods. Because the Persians had their own gods. Usually consisted of about 13 to 14 gods. Each of them like either good or bad, none of them in the middle, but they're all that besides. Anyway. Sorry, to get back into kind of lost my track of thought there. So yeah, the thing that gets in our way is being busy and our excuses. Now, I want to kind of make you guys see stirring from the Israelites' point of view. Because like, at this time right now, the Israelites were still in captivity. Before they were captives to the Babylonians, and now they were under new management, the Persians. But they were still captives. And there was 70 years down the road now. And like, they were still captives, and they were like, is God gonna help us? Like, anytime now. And when I was reading this, I thought to myself, oh, God's gonna do something massive. Like if he did the plagues to Egypt, I wonder what he's gonna do to these guys. And like, that's our normal thought process sometimes. When we meet an obstacle, we think we have to fight harder. We think that we have to do something more. And then God just turns around and tells me, Sifa, why even lift your hand to fight when I've stirred the heart of somebody else that will influence your future? Most times we think we have to keep on fighting. We have to go look for more jobs. Well, we have to do this harder. We have to do this more. But God's just sitting on the side. He's like, why do you even have to lift your fist and fight? I stirred the soul of somebody else that's going to affect your future. How many of you guys have been looking for jobs? I have. Who knows, next time that you apply for a job, the boss looks down at a name and he goes, oh, I'll just give this guy a chance. Maybe God stirred his heart. Maybe you're struggling with a subject at school. You can't just get mathematics. Like, I hate mathematics, and that's coming from an account. I do not like mathematics. But for some reason, God came around and he took me to New Zealand to 2 teachers that took the time with me. I like mathematics. That's how God does it sometimes. Sometimes he stirs somebody else that affects your future later. So, to end my little speech, whether you're the one that's going to be doing the stirring, or you're the one waiting to be stirred, don't let anything stop your stirring. Don't even let yourself stop your stirring. Thank you.
Hallelujah.